Coming in at number 25 on our Locked On Senators NHL draft rankings from the WHL, it's Terik Parascak, a high IQ shooter that put the puck in the net 43 times this past season.
Yeah, but putting the puck in the back of the net isn't the only thing he does, Ross. He can dish it out as well. I mean, anytime you get a player putting up triple digits in points, it's pretty damn impressive. But how about a guy doing it who is in his rookie season in the WHL? Sure, he played 4 games before, but full rookie season, 68 games with the Prince George Cougars, 43 goals, 62 assists, a plus 49. And Ross, what I thought was the craziest thing about this is right away, I looked at 105 points and I was like, wow, I wonder how many more points he has than the rest of his teammates. Yeah, no, he was 3rd on his list in points with 105 points. So clearly, this guy got to play with some high-end players and some players we've covered in the past, actually.
Yeah, definitely. You think back to Riley Haight last year, and that was just a great team out in Prince George. Hockey sense comes to mind when you're talking about Terik Parascak and what he's really bringing to the table. I like the shades of for elite prospects. They have Tyler Toffoli. So think of that.
Yep.
A shooter down the wing, maybe not the most pace. We'll get to his skating, but a guy who can shoot, pass, and find his teammates in the right spot. He's a May 06 birthday, 6 feet tall, 173-pound right winger with an average rank of 30.6. Bob McKenzie at 27. Craig Button, 13th overall for Terik Parascak, 20th for Scott Wheeler, 37 for Corey Pronman, 36 for Elite Prospects, 28 for Chris Peters, and 53 for McKeans. Pillsy already rattled off the stats. Very impressive. So too is 14 points during 12 playoff games. Prince George, though, had championship aspirations, so probably unfortunate for Parascak that he couldn't make it a longer push into the WHL playoffs and ultimately to the Memorial Cup. I really like this player. I think the upside is solid. You think back to what the Sens are looking for in this draft class. It's high hockey IQ and high character. I think you're going to get that from Terik Parascak. So to me, he's an option in the 39 range. Not for me at 25. I just think there's higher upside and some guys who would fit a bit better for the Senators. But I think that a team who gets this player, you could see you could see it up to 50 goals next season in the WHL. I think he does have that type of skill, and we'll see how it translates once he turns pro.
Yeah, I think a team that drafts him is immediately going to have a blue chip prospect, and he's going to be one of the top guys in any prospect pipeline. like 105 points. We got to. I know we've already said it, but it's got to be echoed. It's wild to put up those numbers. And what I like about Parascak, Ross, is he's a guy that plays the power play and the penalty kill, and he's so good in tight by the net. Like, I was watching his highlights. A lot of his goals are in tight and off rebounds. So if you're looking for a player that has a nose for the net and is going to be right in that dangerous area without getting too close to the crease to trigger goaltender interference goals and disallowed goals, I think Parascak is the perfect guy here. And clearly, he's able to play with high-skilled players as he was able to put up points in bunches with the rest of his teammates.
I'm a lot lower on Parascak than Craig Button is, who has him as a lottery pick. I see him as a second-round pick for me. I just think if you're going to have the skating deficiency, and maybe that's in a needs work category, skating, I'll need you to be a little bit, kind of bring a little bit more size, because that has me worried where it's like the size isn't there, the skating isn't there, because those are two obviously very critical aspects when you're developing a prospect. And I find the quotables, the industry chatter segment of the Elite Prospects Draft Guide, a must get in draft season, very interesting. One scout called him a pure passenger. Another said that a draft by numbers guys are going to love this guy, but that he's not a first round talent. So that to me is interesting kind of pushback to where we're talking about all the top skills that he has. And another NHL scout saying that he has first round puck play, but that he probably slips into the second round. But look, this to me, if you have multiple picks in the top 50, why not take a swing if you're with your early second round pick on a guy like Terik Parascak? Because especially if you get a guy who can complement him with one of your first picks. I do think that he might be more of a Robin than a Batman, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, Ross, to play devil's advocate, I'll tell you why teams might not want to take a swing on him. The biggest issue, and EP really hits home about this, is in the games that they tracked, he did not do well transitioning the puck up the ice. In fact, he did very poorly in that. And the quote from EP here, I think this really tells it. Not dynamic enough to be a play driver and not physical enough to translate his current game. So that's the issue is once the puck's in the O-zone, and if he's got high-end line mates and teammates like he did with Prince George Cougars, he's going to be able to thrive. But put him on a line where he's expected to be a play driver in maybe a top 6 position in the NHL, he's going to need a guy that's able to transition the puck up the ice. He's going to need a guy that's going to be a play driver on his line. And I think that's where NHL scouts are saying, look, if we're going to spend a second-round pick or a first-round pick on this guy, he's got to figure out how to move the puck up the ice by himself. We can't have him be a passenger like you mentioned. So that would be the one kind of red flag for Parascak for me.
He is an offensive weapon, though. Where does he come in for your Sens stars?
So I got him at 3.5 stars here. So as you guys know, 3.5 stars for me is I like the player, I like the tools, but I just don't think he's going to be a guy for the Sens. I definitely don't think they should take him at 25, and I don't think he's going to make it to 39, Ross. So I think he's not really in the range, and I don't know if the Sens can afford to take a risk on a guy like Parascak. Again, if your team just drafted him, though, I think you're going to get a blue chip prospect, and I think he's going to be a guy that's going to be fun to watch develop. But there's so many other options in the Sens range that I would like them to go a different direction.
We just finished speaking about Nikita Artemanov. Out of those two forwards, who's higher on your list?
I've got Parascak higher on my list just because I see a little bit more potential and I like the swing of it if you're a team. But it's going to be very interesting to see where this guy goes. Because like you mentioned from Scout Chatter from EP's draft guide, some people are totally sold. Some people are like, not so sure.
We're going to find out on June 28th, the NHL draft in Vegas. We'll be boots on the ground, so make sure to like and subscribe to the podcast for behind the scenes footage. Oh, and we've got all 80 of our draft profiles on YouTube.